In the part of psychology that deals with motivation, especially achievement motivation, there is a concept called level of aspiration. And level of aspiration is a person's expectation of how well they will do if they attempt a particular task. So there's lots of research data in this part of psychology and in related areas of business and management science to show that one of the determinants of a person's level of success or level of achievement is their level of aspiration. That is, how well they expect to do. So this becomes an example of how our beliefs affect our behavior and affect the course that events take in our life. The level of aspiration qualifies as a kind of self-fulfilling prophecy, which is the general thing that we've been talking about in this series of short talks. As a teacher at the college level, I see students failing not because they aren't smart or don't have the ability to do the work, but because they don't believe they can do well. And it affects how hard they try. It affects how much time they put in. It affects how much they enjoy the little work that they do put in. And it's far more common for students to take themselves out of the game rather than to be forced out by poor test grades or by just not being competent enough. That's very rare. It's much more this motivational aspect of what they think about what they can do that affects whether they stay in and succeed or take themselves out, drop out of a course. And a similar pattern, I think, is familiar to most people who supervise others or who are leaders in organizations. It's worth thinking about because we don't want to make pejorative judgments about people. We want to understand the processes and the mechanisms that lead people to do what they do. And level of aspiration is a big part. What level of aspiration does is to set the bar at a certain height. You know, you're trying to reach that bar. If you set the bar high, then there are many other high levels and medium levels that might be possible for you. But if you set the bar too low, then that low level is probably the best that you can achieve. So understanding that motivates us to study this thing about how self-fulfilling prophecies, and in this case, level of aspiration, actually operate in our lives. And so this is part of a series of short talks about self-fulfilling prophecies. We're going to work up to linking this to some of the thinking that we do in the world of nonviolence to get things done. So I'll have more to say quite soon.